In this video, you will learn how to create an XML export definition in ConnectIT and learn more about the basic settings in the export definition card for XML. If you want to know more about using the wizard, table triggers, and processing a definition, then please check Training 6. In this training, there is an explanation about these functionalities. In the previous training videos, we also have explained general functionalities like creating a backup or use functions. We recommend to watch all training material to get a good understanding about the functionalities that ConnectIT provides. We will start with the basic explanation of an XML export definition. Click on the menu item Export Definition. In the menu Example Definitions, you will find examples definitions if this was selected when setting it up. Let's open the example Export Sales Prices XML. In other videos, we will also explain more about Excel and CSV. In the field data format, the file type XML is selected. This means that we are going to export only XML files. The method manually is selected, so I can export a file from the definition card. First, we are going to take a look at the definition lines. In the definition lines, the mapping is defined. The field type describes what kind of field it is. Most common values are helper, data item, constant value, and field. A data item is connected to the BC table where you want to export data from, and in the field, you select the field from the table that need to be exported. In this example, it is the sales price and discount table. All tables in BC can be used, even custom tables or other app tables. The helper is used when it is a required element in the file, but doesn't have a value, and the field doesn't have to be exported from BC. In this example, it is the discounts helper that is added. The type field is connecting a BC field from the selected table to the external field name. All fields from the table in BC can be used, even custom fields or fields from other apps. The constant value is used to add some extra values that cannot be filled with a normal field from BC. In this case, we need a webshop price element with a value yes. You can create also a value with a function. The namespace element identifies groups of elements. It is used to provide a method to avoid element name conflicts. Default is set on XMLNs, but manually you can set this on other methods. The attribute element are normally used to describe XML elements or to provide additional information about elements. The attribute provides additional information about the element that is not set from BC. In the field number, it is possible to select a table or a field. The caption will be automatically filled. The data type is used to decide what type of field we are sending. This will help to create the data in the right format. For example, a datetime field will have a different format as an integer. The namespace prefix contains the namespace method code. The tag name is the name that the external party can receive. The constant value column can only be set when you use the type constant value. Then there is the function field. In the functions, you can store temporary values, transform the data, or get other values from other tables. In previous training, you have seen how you can work with functions on the import side. The export side works exactly the same. Then we have the filter column, where it is possible to set a filter on the data item level. For example, if you only want to send a sales price list for a specific customer group. The key field number is used to create the relation between multiple headers. In this case, we combine the sales price and discount together based on the key fields. The checkmark output is used to have control on what field should be added in the export file. In some cases, you need a field from BC, store the data in a temporary value, and use this in another field. In this case, you can disable the field in the file. Output conditions are used to create a condition based on a field value. For example, only items that start with an S. Note that the filters are on data item level and the conditions can be on field level. Array is used to create an export file that contains multiple lines based on the key fields. For example, in this case, if you have the checkmark off, there'll be multiple files per sales price. If turned on, there is one file with multiple sales prices. Let's process this export to see how the file looks like. When you go to the Process button, you see two options. Create Example. Export is used to export an example file based on the first record, and Export is to create all files or the complete file in case of an array. If we click on Export, there is an export entry created. Click in the green bar on top to open the entry. Here you can see the data that will be exported. When we click on Process, the file is created. Because I selected Manual, it will be created as a download file. Let's open the download. The file is created exactly the same as in the entry. We have seen how an existing export works in highlights. It is time to create a new export definition with the wizard. I have prepared an example file with EDI sales orders. If I open the file, we see that there is a header in the form of an order element and a line in the form of an order line element that we need to use. This XML has also some namespace declarations. These are important for the external system to understand the data in the file. Let's start creating a new definition. Click on New and then set the description and the data format on XML. Click on Create Definition Lines and the wizard will be opened. Now drag-drop the file in the page. The first element is an order message element. We will skip this, we will click on Next until we are at the order element. This contains the header information of the order, so it can be connected to the sales header table 36. Click on Element as a data item and select the table. Then we will click on Next until we are at the order line element. Click on Element as a data item and select the table 37, or search for the text sales line and then select the table. Click on Next until the end, and now you have finished the wizard. If you take a look at the definition lines, you will see that all the layers available in the file are set with the selected tables. The elements we have skipped are added as a helper, and the namespace declarations are also set. We see that some fields, like language and currency code, are set because these names are similar like the field names in BC. Let's try to process this. First, activate the definition. As you can see, the entries are created. We are going to open one entry. In the entry, you see that the data is not completely correct. For example, the link between the tables is not there. As we saw in the entry, we need to set the key fields and connect the BC fields to make this work. First, I will make the screen a little bit bigger and turn the array option on at the sales header. In the previous export, we saw a lot of entries that were created. Now the array option is on. We have all items in one file. Now I will connect the header table to the line table by the document number. The document number is not a standard field in the lines. We need to add a new line, click in the column type on the vertical dots, and click on New Line. Then select the document number field. Go to the column key field number, and now the sales header table is visible. Select the document number. We don't want this field to be visible, so turn the output field off. Also for the line, we need to turn the array option on. If we take a look at the example file, we see that the first lines are not set with information that we can get from the header. We will set these as constant values, but of course it is also possible to connect these fields, for example, to the company table. To set it as a constant value, click on the type and change this to constant value, and add the value by copy-paste it from the example file. The field creation date and time will be filled with a function datetime. To check if this will give the right output, we can use the function tester. Click on execute to check how the output will look like. As you can see, the output is like expected. If this was not the case, you can use mulittle functions to create the date in the right format. In the definition lines, also some fields are empty, so let's set this up one by one. First for the header. We have a date and time completed field from an add-on that we use to set the date time for this message. Document status is attached to the status. First, we are going to select the BC status field. The value original is not in BC. What we can do is add a conversion. Go to the functions, click on conversion. Click on new. Set the code to, for example, EDI order status. Create the translation for the external value and internal value. Then go back to the function and add the function convn to ext and add the code EDI order status at the conversion code field. The status we also like to use as a filter. We only want to send the orders that have the status released. So go in the order element to the filter column. Add the field status with filter on released. The field entity identification is the order number, so I will select the document number. The GLN number is not available in the sales header. We need to look up this field in the customer table with a function. The first thing we do is set the cell to customer number as a field. Then we use the function getFiledValue. Select the customer table 18 and input field customer number. Output number, select the field GLN. This function can be used also to get the GLN number for the shipment address, invoices address, and inventory location. The rest of the fields can be added in a similar way as the fields I have explained. We need to take a look at the order lines. The field line item number will be filled with the line number. The field requested quantity will be set with the quantity. The unit code will be filled with the unit of measure and add again a conversion code because the unit of measure that needs to be in the output is not available in BC. Go to the functions, click on conversion, click on new, set the code to, for example, EDI order UOM, create the translation for the external value and internal value. Then go back to the function add the function convn to ext. Add the code EDI order UOM at the conversion code field. The field net amount can be filled with the line amount, including VAT. The field net price can be filled with the unit price field. The field GTIN at the line level will also be filled with the item reference number. the field duty fee tax amount should be calculated. Because we don't have the VAT amount on the order lines available, we first select the field line amount from BC. We are going to use the function subtract to calculate the line amount, including VAT minus the base amount that is excluding VAT. But before we do this, we need to set a temporary value for the base amount. So I will go back to the net amount field, then add a new line. Select the field base amount on the sales line. Turn off the output and add a function setTempVol. I will give this the code EDI base amount. Then we add to the function to the field duty fee tax amount. Go to the function column. Add a function subtract. In the first column, we will add the code EDI base amount. Click on the function tester to check. Set the value of the EDI base amount on 1000 and in the input on 1200. Click on Execute to see if the result is 200. If this is the case, you have calculated the VAT amount. Go back to the lines. Duty fee tax basis amount is again the same as the line amount including VAT. Duty fee tax percentage is the VAT percentage from BC. Duty fee tax type code will be set as a constant value. Now we are all set, let's check how the output looks like. Click on Process and Export. Open the entry by clicking on the green bar. We can see that the information is filled with the values that we have set. Are we happy with the result? Yes, I am happy how this looks. There are a few settings that can be done, but the first impression is good. Well done! If you like, you can finish the export on your own, based on the previous training sessions. In this video, you learn how to create a XML export definition in ConnectIT and learn more about the basic settings in the definition card. ConnectIT 365 includes one free interface, with additional interfaces available. Thank you for watching. Follow us at www.idin.nl to check out other products. Happy connecting!
IDIN. Simplify your workflow. Explore the perfect fit for your industry at idin.nl.